Here I'm performing a Smith machine bench press. You can see I'm positioning the seat to ensure that when I get myself in position, the barbell is in good alignment with my body. The main thing is that even if it's not in good alignment, I can always shift myself accordingly once I get into position. And you can only find that out when you unrack the bar and lower it to yourself. The reason being is that you want the bar to be about your mid-sternum or at the lower edge of the sternum. Now you can see that I'm controlling the bar towards my sternum, but I am not allowing to touch my chest. The reason being that I am wanting to make sure that I am working in the active range of my chest. If this bar touches the top of my sternum, this means that my chest becomes overstretched and I'm no longer working on the chest muscles, but instead I'm hanging off the ligaments at the end range. Another thing I want you to note is the arch in my lower back. Once again, there's an arch in my lower back, and this is created by bringing my upper back down towards my butt and bringing my butt up towards my upper back. And this is created, as you can see, by my heels being off the floor because I'm extending my leg. And extension in my leg results in extension in my lower back, creating the arch. And the arch allows for greater stability and hence better output for my chest to push on. So once again, looking at my arm position, they are just slightly more than shoulder width apart. I want you to position them such that you are comfortable. But main thing also to take note is the angle of my shoulder to my torso or my body. I want it to be roughly at that 45-degree angle that you are seeing. But as long as it's not flat out to 90 degrees or tucked in at 0 degrees, that is the most important thing. We do not want that. I want it around at 45 to 60 degrees shoulder to body angle, because that is going to be a safe as well as an effective position for the chest to work on. So I'm going to recap again. I'm going to position the bench at a position that allows me to press this Smith machine bar well. However, if I find that I'm not in a good position, I can always change my setup during the lift itself. As you can see, I'm wriggling into position. So I do not need to worry too much about the bench. It's more of my position relative to the bench. Next thing is creating an arch in my lower back, and this is done by bringing my butt up towards my upper back and bringing my upper back down towards my butt. As you can see, my heel is off the floor, and that's because I'm extending my leg, which creates extension in my upper back. As for my hand position, I'm placing it slightly wider than shoulder width, and this is comfortable for me. And I'm lowering the barbell to the middle or the lower edge of my sternum or chest bone. You can also notice that, once again, I do not let that barbell touch my chest, and that's because for my structure, anything lower than where I'm positioning it means my chest is no longer in its active range, and means at the end it will be hanging off my ligaments or the passive structure. So as far as range of motion goes, judge it for yourself. The main thing is you want constant tension on your chest at all times, but you do not want to lower it all the way to the bottom that you're no longer using the chest and you're resting it on your chest or your ligaments are taking over. And lastly, for the shoulder angle relative to the torso or body, you want it at a 45 to 60 degree angle. You do not want it flat out to 90 degrees, neither do you want it tucked in at 0 degrees.